I wanted to do a lovely gentle restorative, tinge of restorative in here. Um, just a nice gentle relaxing class for day 13. So we're going to start. Now you'll want maybe a couple of props. You've got books. If you do have nice blocks, you're going to use blocks. I'm going to use books. You can also keep a strap handy if you have those very tight shoulders. You might even want a pillow to sit on. We're going to start sitting, and we're also going to use a block or a book and the wall. So if you need to get any of those things, put me on pause, grab what you feel you need, and then you can start me all over again. What we are going to do is take that block. It's going to sit between your shoulder blades. So you're going to press yourselves back into your block. So you're going to wrap the shoulders around your block. Your chin is slightly tucked in. You're not going to round forward. You're going to be pushing the wall into the block and your body into that block. So you're sitting up tall. The legs can be just anywhere they're going to be comfortable. You might want to sit up on a bit of height. That might be a little bit more helpful for some of us. Sitting up with some height, or you can leave your legs outstretched if it's more comfortable. So up we come. You've got your little blocks there, or your books. Nice couple of books there. Take the arms. Now I'm going to start with a couple of breaths here. So just settle. Feel that the shoulders are drawing back and the shoulder blades are sort of hugging around your block. You're pressing your body into towards that wall or against the block. We're going to take the hands to your chest, the thumbs pressing into your breastbone, the palms pushing into each other. Make sure that head doesn't hang. Keep it nice and tall. We're going to do 3 here. Take a lovely deep breath, inhaling, opening up so your arms come wide and your shoulder blades wrap around that book. Exhaling and releasing, coming back out of that. We're going to do 2 more. So inhale, broadening, opening. Keep that lovely lift and that length. Think of being very tall through the spine, and also maybe thinking of the rib cage lifting up and away from those hips. So there is space. Inhaling, opening those arms, broadening across the chest, broadening across the collarbones. Exhale, releasing back out. Now, if that's enough, stay with that version. If your shoulders feel comfortable enough, the arms are going wide. Inhale, reach them up to a lovely wide V, and then exhale, they come back down. So slowly, gently, they slide their way down. We're doing 2 more. So inhale, reach them away, lift, lots of length all the way up, and exhale, drawing them back down that wall. We've got one last one. So inhale, reach them back up. Keep that pushing onto your blocks. Exhale, and releasing them back down. We're going to wrap right arm over the top, maybe holding onto those shoulders, maybe taking those palms. You can hold that strap between the hands if you need to. Elbows moving forward, shoulders drawing down. Chin stays tucked in. So you don't want that chin going towards those elbows. It tucks back. Releasing, we're going other arms. So open up with those broadening of the collarbones, broadening those shoulders, and then other arm goes on top. Wrap them around, press the palms. Get those elbows moving forward, bring those shoulders downwards. Again, chin stays tucked in. Elbows are trying to go forward, and your shoulders are trying to move towards your floor. From there, we shall release. We're going to take our little block or book out of our way and take a little forward fold. You might have those legs outstretched. You might not feel comfortable with the legs here, so just stretch them straight. Use your breath out, soften. Don't have to go too far, just a weeny way. As you inhale, we shall come all the way back up, and we will swap legs over just for a change. Some of us will stay with those legs outstretched, stay sitting on a pillow if it's easier. Now you might need your trusty robe tie. You're going to take your right arm down, so draw it down, bring your head back into that arm. Make sure your ribs are in. You can hold the strap or hold your hands. So as you stay there, just being very careful not to curl, not to let the head drop down. Press the head back into that top elbow. Don't arch the backs and poke these ribs forward. Pull the ribs back in. Stay very long, very tall. So as we stay here, whether you've got your strap or the hands, we're going to turn the head to your left. And then your chin is moving towards your shoulder. So just easing it down. Find the length through your neck here. Try not to round this shoulder forward. Try and bring it back and into its wee socket. It'll be much happier that way. We're going to come back up out of that side, open that up again, and then exhaling. So left arm down, hold on to it. If you're using your strap, hold on to your strap, or the hands. Keep the strap really wide apart if it's difficult. Don't be mean. Don't be mean to your body. We want to be nice to our bodies. So from here, we're going to turn and drop the chin towards the shoulder. Be gentle with them. In this class, it's a real opportunity to be very gentle, to be really kind to your body. So we're not forcing it. We're not trying to force shapes on your body. We're trying to just use your breath and relax into some of these shapes. So we're coming into a butterfly pose, feet. Really perfect opportunity to sort of surrender into that pose. So on your breath in, you back off it as you breathe out. That's where you will release and let go and really soften neck, the jaw. Make sure your face can relax as well. A lot of tension creeps up there, so face is soft. Don't touch it though. Breathe in. The back of your ribs opening. And the back of the ribs relaxing. It's very easy to tense into the glutes here, into your backside, so try and relax them. From here, we're going to slide those legs out, and they're going to come straight. They might just want to go to hip distance apart. We shall take a lovely deep breath here, exhale, and let the arms, we're not reaching to those toes, we're just letting those palms rest to the ceiling. So it's a reminder to not pull and push your way forward into your postures, your asanas. You're relaxing, folding and softening into them, surrendering, letting go, just going with them. How the body's feeling, it might feel quite different one day to another. So this practice might work one day, another day you might want to be a little more energetic. So we're going to inhale, curling all the way up. We're going to bring those legs, they're coming about the width of your mat, wide. I'm just going to move forward because otherwise I might go into that wall. We're going to drop our legs over to your right side. So you're taking a nice big twist here. You're also rotating that left hip inwards, internal rotation, coming back and over to the other side. So just drop them across. Now you can do that exact same thing again and stay. If you want to go further, you're going to come around to the side, or you might continue right round to the back wall and rest over. Don't go too far. If that's feeling too much, then back away, back off it slightly. You don't want to go and force your body into the twist. Inhale, we're coming back up, so gently ease your way through. We're going other side, so just drop those legs around. Again, that might be enough. Others, you're going further. And if you feel you can go further still, you're twisting around to your wall, or maybe if you've got a nice big pillow like a bolster there, you can rest over onto your pillow or your bolster or your elbows. Take a few breaths. It's the breath out that will take you further. Settling, relaxing. And then then gently releasing, we shall come back up out of that side. We are going to do one more here, so extending those legs. We'll leave our right leg where it is. Our left leg is going to tuck up. You might want a block under that thigh just to sort of prop it. If it feels too high up there, leave it by your calf. Inhale, very tall. Exhale again. We're just settling, relaxing and softening into this lovely long stretch through the back of the leg, the back of your body, back chain, lengthened, released. It's really nice into the lower back, the left side of the lower back, the QL, quadratus lumborum it's called, and it gets very tight if you're doing gardening, vacuuming, housework. Nice to stretch it out. We're going inhaling, coming back up, and you can take a twist and stay. Maybe there's a couple of you that would like to lift up and kind of reach away and back. So if you feel like taking that further, it's like your baby wild thing pose. Others, we're staying. And then releasing back around to the center, other side. So foot to the calf, maybe a little bit further up towards your thigh, reaching tall, exhale, and softening. Palms face the ceiling, lengthening the back and the neck, the shoulders. Feel that lovely extension all the way through the back of your body, all the way up through the back of that leg, up and through the spine, the muscles of the back, and especially that little right side of your lower back. Neck softening as well. On the breath in, we are coming back up, and you can hold and stay in your twist, or maybe coming all the way through, lifting and opening that up that teensy bit further. Actually, it's not a teensy bit, it's a lot further. So stay here if you'd rather. So from all of this, we're going to come round and we're going to come into a child's pose. So easing, your big toes will meet, knees a little bit further apart, so you can sort of nestle down here. We're going to take the hands in, so it's a more passive child pose. Your forehead resting on your fists or maybe on a couple of blocks or a pillow. Exhaling into the floor with that body, so just softening, melting again. As you breathe in, that's your chance to really expand and open up through the back of the body, the side, waist, exhale and softening. Resting your forehead also just helps to still quieten the mind a little. As you rest that little area, you can feel it calming, quietening a busy mind, your monkey mind. So we're going to come up just to the hands and knees. You can stay both knees on the floor, or if you'd like to, you can take your right leg up. We're going to do 3 little cat-cow poses. As you exhale, you round up that back. As you inhale, you push the foot away, arching, or you are doing 2 more. Exhale, a scoop of the back. Do keep both knees on that mat if you prefer. Inhale, arching, open up the front of that body. Exhale, curling. Lovely scoop there. Bring the leg back up, and we're going to place that foot, whoops, no we're not, we're going to place that foot down onto your floor and push the heel back. So just push that heel back out behind you, easing into the heel. Coming back up out of that, we're going to stay, and you're going to take your, I'm coming around this way just so you can see a little bit more. So here we are, and you're going to take, you've got your right knee on the floor. No, you haven't, you've got your left knee on the floor. You're going to take your left arm up, open it up. So make sure you've got your kneeling leg and the same arm of that side, and then you're going to sweep it under. So just draw that arm under, keep pushing up through your back leg. If you feel like this is going to topple you over, keep both knees on the floor and take that release. But otherwise, with that back leg stretched out straight, draw the arm under, let the head rest, feel that extension through the shoulder blade moving away from the middle of your back there. Really, really nice for that tightness and that tension in that upper back. We're going to come back through to the middle. We're going to do the other side, so I shall turn this way, and we're going to take our left leg up behind us, so up in the air it goes, and exhale, we shall scoop. So do keep both knees on that mat if you need to. Inhale, press the foot back up in the air, arching that back. Exhale, we're scooping again, so lovely curl. Really draw the tummy button towards your back, and then inhale, and an arch of that back. And one more time, exhale, and taking that scoop, bring it back out, arching, and that wee foot is going down onto your floor. Just push back into that foot, so feel that stretching through the calf, the Achilles, the toes, the sole of that foot might get a nice wee stretch to it as well. Ribs, tummies in. We're coming back through to the center, so again I'm coming around this way, and we're going to take, we've got our right knee on the floor, left leg back out behind us, taking that right arm, so same as kneeling leg. Exhale and feed it underneath you, so just drawing that away. Being careful, if it's not feeling very balanced, stay both knees on your floor and take that simpler option. But otherwise, we've got our back leg straight out, we've got our right arm reaching under there, and a nice full twist. Push the back leg away from you and push that left heel back out to the wall behind. Stay, feel that releasing through the upper back. Also feel a difference. One shoulder might just feel quite a bit different to the other as you release it. So when we come back up out of all of that, we're coming up and we're going to kneel for a moment. So, I mean, if you've got a nice carpet like I have, you won't need a blanket under those knees, but if you need a wee bit more padding, do take it. We're going to take our right leg out to the side, so out it goes. I'm just going to move back over this way, and then you're going to lunge. So as you lunge, you might go a little way, you might go a little further. If you find your knee creeps forward, so it's no longer in line with your ankle, just creep it so that your ankle bone to your knee can remain in a straight line. Left hand, now if the shoulder's not comfy, it stays. But if you can, you reach it across, so getting a lovely big stretch all the way through the side body. Your ribs are in, your tummies are in, your head hasn't drifted. It's in line with that knee. So lengthening as much as you'd like to. Try and use the breath again. Exhale, lengthen. This hip is not up here. This hip is trying to drop down, so there is a diagonal. Now you can straighten up. So right leg stretching long and straight, and we're going over towards that straightened leg. It's your gate pose, Parabhangasana. So knee to the hip, straight line, pull up the thigh of the right leg, and extending. Arms, if it's not comfortable for those shoulders, you leave your hand on your hip. Just another breath, you might find you'll go a bit further. Then as you inhale, we shall lift. Just bring this hand down to your floor, or maybe onto a block if it's too far down, and reach across to the other side. Just get a lovely big stretch through your right side. If you can, you're looking upwards, buttocks tucked in and under. We shall release, coming back through to the center. We're going to do other side. So I'm just going to move slightly, and we'll take that left leg out, and we're lunging. So again, making sure ankle to knee is in a straight line. So shift it, modify it if you need to. Hand to your calf. The arm inside is going to just stop this knee drifting forward too much. So it acts as a little lever to hold that knee back. Top arm, as long as this shoulder feels comfortable, over it goes. Shoulder doesn't go up by your ear. You want to stay with some length around your neck. So just keep that free. Breathe. Think of this hip. It's not up here. It's lowering down, so there is a diagonal shape through your body. Head. It hasn't drifted forward. It's stayed in line with that lower leg. So you can sort of tell, because I can't see you, so you can tell all by yourselves where you need to be. Those little gauges there. Inhale back up, pull up this thigh and reaching across. And again, if your head's come forward, your backside will have popped out behind you. So everything comes back into that line and then you go over, which means you might be here, but you'll be in the right place. So you'll keep the integrity of the pose of the asana. Front of the body firm, buttocks firm. This thigh is really drawing up strongly. And then as you inhale, up we go. Hand goes down. And we're just going to reach up and over, keeping the backside quite firm. Lots of lovely stretch through the sides. Another big breath. And release. We're coming back out of that side. So from here, we are going to come down onto our tummies a moment. So from sideways view, down onto our wee tummies. I have a lot of room today. I'm not sure why. I haven't pushed my chair far enough away. So elbows, they are underneath you. Your shoulders are pulled back. You can relax through the lower half with this because we're just staying. We're not moving, we're just staying. And that might be it. Your head can hang. You can look forward if that's more comfortable for it. If you do feel like coming all the way up into a seal pose, you can come up. That's sometimes just that little bit too much, so do stay on those elbows if you need to. You can hang the head, shoulders pulling back, feel that lovely space through your tummy as well. On our next breath, we're coming down, so you exhale down. We're going to lie over onto your left side, so I'm on my right side, but you're on your left side, so on your mirror. So lying down there, a little bit like couch pose. We're going to take our right foot forward. So you can leave the knee bent and hold here. If you can, it's straight. Now, the more flexibility you do have through the IT band, that leg might just go higher. It might stay low, so that's just where it's going to be reasonably comfortable, or a nice sensation of releasing, stretching through the IT band. Bottom leg, your underneath leg, you're going to bend that in. So from here, if I come round this way, you're going to have that right leg out in front, your back leg, it bends in behind you. Hopefully you can see that. Now this hand can sit on your hip, that might be where you stay. If you can, this top hand is going to reach for that back foot. You kick it into the hand and you lean back and you stay in your cat pulling tail pose. Some people might even want to grab a hold of that big toe. That becomes quite intense, and you might not feel like being intense. 2 weeks inside is intense enough, and it is almost 2 weeks. Tomorrow it'll be 2 weeks. I think we've done really well actually. So from that little cat pulling tail pose, you let go of that bottom foot if you did have a hold of it. You're going to bring yourselves back in, and we're going to lie over onto the other side. So you're lying on your right side, I'm lying on my left, and you're going to bring left leg up. So it might just stay. If you can go further with it, it's straight. It might not want to go quite so high. It might need to stay a bit lower. This underneath leg, you can bend it in a little or a lot. You can stay. Some of you will grab a hold of it and just lean back, kicking that foot back into the hand. And breathe. Cat pulling tail. Some of you might even want to grab that foot and stay. It really is a feeling of twisting yourself into a wee knot on the floor in your lounge. But it's a lovely, I love this stretch. I think it's a lovely stretch. Lovely place to be. But we're not staying. We're going to come back out. So bring those legs back in. We're going to lie over onto our backs here. So lie yourselves down. Now you might want to use your, seeing you've gone to the trouble of taking it out of your dressing gown, you might want to take that leg and extend it into your strap, leaving the left leg bent or maybe straight. Shoulders are soft, drawing that leg back towards you. Some of you might want to grab the foot, or you can grab your calf. Now, keeping the front of the body in the same leg, you're going to hold the strap with your right hand and you're going to bring it to the side. Now, don't cheat. When it comes out, you don't want this side of the body to come off the floor. You want to stay with your side on the floor. So if I show you, if my body was lying flat here on, if this was my floor, when you take your leg out to the side, it might only want to go out that far, because if you take it further, you might find the rest of the body starts to drift off the wall. So that's where you've gone too far. You have to sort of be quite patient. I'm not really in the best of positions here. I don't want to crash into my painting, but you don't want to let the body roll off. You're just letting that leg come out to the side and holding without it rolling off. That was a very, very, very bad example. I'm going back to the floor. So we're going to take that same leg up into the air and take it across. So as you breathe out, taking it across the body and taking a lovely twist. So again, easing through the outside thigh into your backside, shoulders on the floor. Another big breath there, and inhaling it back up into the center. We're going other leg, so left foot into your strap, right leg can extend. So just stay with that big stretch into the back of the leg. I'll try and show you from a different angle. I think standing up just was not going to be working for me today. So lift it. When you take your leg out, the other thing sometimes people will do is arch the back as you take the leg out. So keep your rib cage in, keep the side down on your floor, which means, like for me, that my leg won't go further than that. If I want it to go further than that, I'm going to have to roll my body off the floor, and it'll all be out of kilter and skew. So that's really not what you're wanting. You're wanting to just find that stretch, find that opening. Inhale, the leg goes up, swap hands, and we're taking it to our twist. So feel that lovely extension through the outside thigh into your backside, shoulders, they're remaining relaxed on your floor. Nice full breath there. IT band. If you push the big toe into that strap, you'll get a deeper release here as well. So when we come back up, easy way up. Lose that. We're going to take a little pigeon pose, lying, reclining pigeon pose. You can grab a hole behind the leg and draw the leg in, or you can leave your foot resting on the floor and stay, depending on the tightness of your hips. So as you stay here or here, breathe, keep the shoulders relaxed, maybe just a nice wee sway there. And placing that foot to the floor, we're going to swap. So other leg comes up, that might be where you hold, or you're grabbing around behind that leg and ease it in for that length into the back, neck very soft, possibly just that gentle sway. Easing, breathing there. And when we release, we're going to place those feet down. My blocks, my books, maybe one or two, you're going to place those under your hips, and you might just rest, relax and stay. So your tummy's softening to your back is relaxed. If you feel like taking your legs in and extending them up, you can rest and stay here. Another version of that is using your wall. So you come in sideways to your wall, you swing your legs around, and then you can place those blocks under your hips and really relax up there. And when you do have your feet resting on a wall, you can stay here for your relaxation. You can close your eyes. You can feel the weight of your shoulders falling back into your mat, the weight of the hips, the buttocks resting on your books or blocks, the heels, the calves resting on your wall. Finding that softness of breath. Again, the body relaxing, softening into the mat, especially the length, the release into the lower back as your tummy, the front of the body melts into the back of the body. And you feel the back of the body, it's really letting go, softening into the floor. So don't move, just stay here. If you're more comfortable, you can just take those books away and lie flat out on your mat. You might want to stay there for another 10 minutes or so. But I'm leaving you here. So I hope you've enjoyed that lovely, relaxed, a hint of restorative stretch. And thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. And enjoy the rest of Tuesday. Bye.